Hello students, we are on to week 6. But first I do want to say I really appreciated the sharing that you did of your experiences on the discussion board this past week. You know, each day at the end of the day I write down something I'm thankful for that day. And yesterday it was the really good interaction and the discussion that was on the discussion board this week. The fact that in your responses you were adding new insights. It wasn't just, oh, that was a great post, I really liked it. No, you added more to it and you took the discussion somewhere else. So thank you very, very much for participating in that way. Good job. As we go into week 6, we're in chapter 5 of Kang's book. And this week you'll be looking at ecosystems. You'll be looking at how you build references or how you interact with believers. What is your path to interact with believers? Non-believers, because in what way are you in touch with non-believers? So you'll see that outlined for you in chapter 5. And you'll submit 2 ecosystems, one for employers and one for non-believers. It will all make sense as you read. One of the things I feel is crucial is that all of the interactions that we have are in a way building references. We are always showing what the Lord means to us to other people. And so as you go for a job in ministry, it might be that someone you interacted with 8 to 10 years ago remembers you and can do a reference for you. This past week I was over in Huntington, Indiana, and a former RA from Moody is now the Dean of Students at Huntington. And in his interviewing and reference building, he let me know that they at Huntington made one phone call for a reference. And that was to me because I was his dean at Moody, and he got the job. And it was kind of like, boy, that was years ago that I was his resident supervisor. I was his dean of residence life. But I'd been in contact with him through the years and followed his path of employment. In fact, he was dean at Moody Spokane for a while, and I would fly out there to help with their resident assistant training. So we had stayed in contact. So you're building your references over years. So ecosystems, and how does that play out for you? Then next, the other emphasis this week is going to be on social media and how you participate. How and where do you show up on the internet? And for the discussion board, you will be giving us a couple guidelines. What's in your thinking as you participate? Or don't you participate? That's okay too, and give us some basis for how you do that. The paper this week is a 2-page paper reflecting on your interaction in social media and on the internet. There are 2 articles in the resources this week for you to read, and that will give you some triggers for your thinking. So that's the lineup for this week, week 6, and then just 7 and 8 to go. So we're winding on the other side. The other thing is there is going to be an evaluation that shows up on your Blackboard page for this class, and I would really encourage you to fill out the evaluation. It's both for the course and for your instructor, and we read those very carefully. So if you have suggestions for the course or suggestions for me as your professor, please feel free to share those, and I'll make sure that the link is available for you to fill out that evaluation. All right, great. Looking forward to your work this week and how we can interact. All right, have a great week. Bye-bye.